What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of MG Nights. I'm TieFly85.
And I'm T-Rec87.
And in today's episode, we want to go ahead and talk about Hollywood talk. There's a lot of new movies and television series that are coming out that we are really excited for, and we want to go ahead and start that.
One of the first that I've seen that's coming out very, very soon is called The Gifted, and basically it's Fox and Marvel making a new TV show, and it's not about the X-Men necessarily, but it is about mutants.
Yeah, it definitely looks really good. It basically centers around the children who are mutants. A mother and father discover that their children are mutants, and then kind of go on the run from there. It looks very interesting. If none of you have seen the trailer, I highly recommend you go check it out. That particular one does come out October 2nd of 2017.
Yeah, it looks really, really, really good. If, like he said, if you guys have not checked out the trailer for this show, you need to go watch it. It's like 2 minutes long, and it looks great. It looks phenomenal, I think. I think it's going to be a really great TV show.
Yeah, I'm also excited, too, that it's definitely happening on a different channel, because I feel like Netflix definitely had the cornered market for anything Marvel-related when it came to television.
Oh, yeah, for a while, yeah, definitely. And the next one we wanted to talk about, Warner Brothers has just unveiled the first poster for the new Tomb Raider movie Reboot, and they also released just like a teaser trailer. The full trailer is going to drop tomorrow. So if you guys have not checked that out, you need to go look at it. Basically, from what I saw, it follows the Tomb Raider series, like the games, the newer ones, which were fantastic games. They were great games, a lot like Uncharted. But it basically follows Lara Croft, a younger Lara Croft. I believe she's in search of her father. Her father died.
Yeah, her father is an adventurer, and then basically when she grows up, she tries to figure out what happened to her father, so that kind of leads us on to where the movie's going to pick up. It's really awesome, though, because the director of this movie, is really heavily picking from the games. So it's inspired by the 2013 game Reboot, Rise of the Tomb Raider. So it's definitely going to be pretty awesome that they're actually sticking closer to the game, per se. Also, too, something that I think is really exciting about this movie is that the director wants to stay away from CGI. If any of you have actually seen the originals, you know that they heavily relied on CGI, which was good. They were really good movies. I liked them a lot, but I'm really excited to see more action and less CGI. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, and this could be one of the few, I feel like I have pretty low standards for movies. I love almost every movie out there. There's very few films I hate. But I feel like this could be one of the few video game movie crossovers. The games were so cinematic in their own right. I feel like this could turn into a great movie series.
Yeah, definitely excited to see it. Well, if you guys are definitely excited for that, let us know down in the comments if you're excited to see the new Tomb Raider film. And also, it does drop on March 16th of 2018, but the new trailer for the movie is going to drop tomorrow, so definitely make sure you check that out.
Keep an eye out for that.
All right, so next up on our list, we want to talk about the untitled Terminator Reboot. So excited for this movie. I don't know if any of you actually had seen the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which was a other Fox show that they did produce back in 2008. It ran until 2009. It did have James Cameron as the writer on that, so it's really exciting to see that James Cameron is picking back up the reins of Terminator and starting to do those movies again. I would say personally anything from Terminator 2 on is dead to me. So James Cameron did such an amazing job. They're all good movies in their own right, but I just think James Cameron had a certain vision for those movies.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and then, again, this is where my low standards for film comes into play. Because I loved Terminator 3, I loved Terminator Genesis, I loved all the Terminator movies. I'm really curious as to see how they will incorporate Arnold Schwarzenegger into the film. The guy's like 70 years old. You know, he is a little past the age that you should maybe be doing action movies. So I'm curious as to maybe he won't play the actual Terminator itself, or maybe he'll play the character that the Terminator gets modeled after, or something like that. Because it is supposed to be a reboot, from my understanding. So I'm really curious to see what they do with Arnold and how he's going to be involved with the film. But certainly the guy could kick my ass, but I think he's a little bit too old to be kicking ass on film. So maybe more of a side role. For the most part, I think would be better. But who knows? There's not really anything out there about it right now. I guess we'll just have to kind of wait and see.
all the stuff, as just a side note, all the stuff that I have read on it so far, it sounds to me like James Cameron is possibly going to pick up from Terminator 2.
Oh, and just go
so
forward
like
from there.
everything
Okay.
forward from that point like didn't exist.
Yeah.
So I know it says reboot, but it sounds to me like that's the way that James Cameron is rolling with that. If you go read any of his interviews regarding the film or anything he said on it, it definitely sounds like it's not necessarily, it's a reboot of the series, but it sounds to me like he's going from Terminator 2 on.
Right.
So definitely go check that out. That will be dropping in 2019. The date is still unknown, so keep your eye out on that one.
And speaking of James Cameron, there's also another Avatar movie in the works, which we all knew for a while that this was going to happen. There was originally, when the first Avatar was made, I think they had signed to do like 4 movies. They just have waited so long to do this next one. And, you know, the first one blew everyone away. You know, if you guys think back to it, obviously, you know, incredible CGI is pretty commonplace nowadays, but back when Avatar came out, it wasn't nearly as common. And just the world and the colors and everything else is kind of, you know, it just blew everybody's minds. So that is something I'm personally really excited to see what they can do with this movie. You know, obviously filmmaking has advanced over the years, and I'm really excited for it. I want to see what they can make happen.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Avatar 2. I mean, James Cameron definitely coming back to direct that and write it, which is pretty awesome. I mean, as far as the first Avatar goes, he set the bar so high, like waiting until the technology caught up for it to even like be able to do the 3D experience. So I know for a fact that that's what he's doing with this movie, and that's the reason why it's pushed out so far to 2020, which I know is a little ways off, but I mean, if it's going to make the movie that much better, I'm totally willing to wait. And with the success of that movie, I don't know if anyone you've seen, but they've made Avatar Land in Florida, which is pretty awesome. So definitely go, you know, keep your eye out for that. Avatar 2, James Cameron making a comeback to the director's seat, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and if we hear anything new about any of these movies, we will definitely let you guys know as they develop. There's just not a ton of information out there yet. It's just basically, you know, if they've been announced, but there's not much public knowledge about them. So.
Alrighty guys, well that's all we have for today's episode. If you like this episode, definitely go ahead and slap that like button. Also too, if you're excited for any of these movies or just want to let us know any general thoughts that you have, definitely go ahead and leave them down in the comments below.
And if you're new to the channel, you know, please subscribe. You know, we have a ton of different videos for you guys to check out. We're always making new videos every day. So, you know, if you want to come back for more, like I said, hit that subscribe button and, you know, let us know what you think.
Thanks for watching, guys.